Hello everyone, welcome back to Form of Therapy. This is the Culture Study. I'm the channel's video producer and your host. You can call me PD. And today we are checking out 덤벼, aka Bring It On by ONEUS. This is ONEUS' latest comeback, and I gotta say I'm pretty damn excited because ONEUS, I felt personally that they really leveled up with their last comeback with Luna, both the music video and the song. And I believe that it also got them their first win. And I believe when I posted my video, it was the day they got their first win. So congratulations, very belated congratulations. But because of that, my expectations are going to be a little higher than normal, but I'm sure ONEUS will meet it. Now, before we actually get into today's video real quick, let's talk about today's sponsor, our friends over at Skillshare. I'm sure many of you already know Skillshare, the online learning community with thousands of creative classes. We here over at Form Therapy have been using Skillshare for a while now, and we're also training some new editors. And what better than Skillshare to come to the rescue? Like how we're training our team, if any of you are interested in editing, well, Skillshare has numerous classes. I would personally suggest Jordy Vandeput's class. I watch him on YouTube, and on Skillshare, he's got different classes for different expertise levels on editing. Now, if you've always wanted to try Skillshare, we've got the deal for you. For the first 1,000 people who use our link in the description below, you're going to get a free trial of Skillshare's premium membership. And that's going to give you access to not just filmmaking, film production classes, but also graphic design classes, art classes, woodworking classes. There's a lot of extra content on there for various different interests. So trust me, there's going to be something for you. All right, well, thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Let's get into it. This is 덤벼, aka Bring It On. The Korean title is actually on point with the translation for once, by ONEUS, and this is your form of therapy.
다 들어와 덤벼 네가 누구든 붙었어 지금 나 신세계 모두 들을 게 없어서 keep going on running like it's stolen 넘쳐 흘러 호르몬이 누가 말은 내도 버린 그리고 도전 정신 I'm like 황정민 손들어 태양 위로 경배해 내게
Love those guitars, great build up. Whoa. Was not expecting that. Ooh. Oh my god. This whole ever rap before? It feels new to me, but I could be wrong. Or at least it's not familiar. Ah, great pre-chorus. Love the guitar too. Oh. Ooh, love that. Ooh, what the? There's a little more. This kind of reminds me a little bit of No Diggity, a little bit, at least like similar aesthetics. I love the song, by the way. It has the classic brashness that certain ONEUS songs have. I feel like they do a great job of bouncing between basically two different styles of main overall concepts, which is either something beautiful or just this kind of like it's gritty, but it's not like completely edgy and dark, but there is an edge to it. Even just them saying 덤벼, which is the Korean word for bring it on, as you would say, like, hey, bring it on, you know, kind of egging somebody on. Them doing that in that chorus was really interesting, how they suddenly went double time and then they're saying like, bring it, bring it. The fact that they actually go fast there for something that you would expect for like either an outro or a bridge, that's usually where they save like crazy sections like that. They did it for every chorus. That was really, really confident, really ballsy, but I respect it. When I say they leveled up with the Luna video, I feel like they really did. I don't know what exactly changed. I don't know if they changed the video teams, but just the post-processing and the color grading that I see in this music video, like almost nobody's gonna care about this part, but it's a lot better. It's a lot smoother. Their skin tones look a lot smoother. I liked ONEUS videos perfectly fine, and I loved some videos. They had much nicer, softer, much more aesthetically pleasing lighting here than in their previous music videos. Definitely like more in line with like Luna, as we saw. Let's go ahead and watch this again, and we can talk about some of my favorite bits as well. Ooh. Ooh. Even just in that opening, take a look at all the various different interesting camera movements and just the series of cuts right here. It immediately grabs your attention and catches your attention. Maybe it's because the song is just that good like that, but I also feel like the editing here was actually really, really, really good. Ooh, did they? Hold on. So then they zoom in at the start of the shot, but then they zoom in twice on like each of his moves. Zoom in, zoom in. Oh, that's so interesting. And then cut, and then cut. Ooh. Oh, and then this shot right here where the camera moved with him. See right here? Ooh, and it even wasn't a lot. It's just Ido, he overemphasizes his movements right here. You can see that the camera's turning, but it's very little. It's more so Ido and the people dancing behind him that are really exaggerating their movements. So it looks like the camera's actually turning with them, but it's not. Oh, that's cool. Hold on, what's that line he says? I can't be sure, because if that's the case, they like didn't translate it. They gave it a different line in English. In English, it's the subtitle says "You that good," but I think he's using a bit of saturi, a bit of an accent. I think he's saying "chumchina," like he's saying like, "Oh, you dance? Well then, come at me, bring it on." That's I think what he's saying. Well, the "come at me, bring it on" is this part, but that first part, I think he's saying, "Oh, you dance?" That's what he's saying. And like they have this carnival circus-like theme. It's not like full on, but it's a very, constant element throughout the video. you could also hear it in the instrumental. I thought, honestly, I would hate it because one, I don't like circuses / carnivals. And then two, I also just don't like clowns, but kind of works. Kind of works. Oh, this is weird. Why is this color graded? So like, why is this like so much more desaturated than the other videos? And then again, I'm not a fan of this. It's a little flat. Well, okay, actually, you know what? No, I didn't have a problem with it the first time. I only had a problem with this scene when I stop. So, ooh, actually, now I have even more compliments. We've been seeing a lot of CG scenes lately. They did something actually extraordinarily well. So recently I watched Dreamcatcher's Mason, BI's Bitter. I talked about depth in those videos. What's interesting about this video is this video does not have depth. In fact, he is, well, if you pause, that is. So he's very flat against the background. If you look at it objectively, it's very flat. It's kind of not pleasing to the eye to see, and so it should be bad green screen, but why it looks better is because of the cards. The revolving cards gives it a sense of depth. So one of my critiques with the depth issue is that, and I could actually give you a real world example right now. So I don't have enough lights. So see how like this black part, this part of my wall is super dark. I don't have enough lights, so I need to order more, and then I need to add stuff so that I don't like I look like right now I'm disappearing into this background. This is not intentional. I just, don't have the lights. And so I'm waiting on more lights to come to then separate me from the background. It's what gives it depth. If I was just like this, I would look super flat. Now, what I did additionally to give it that extra depth is, it's called a kick light right here. See how there's a bit of like this gold sheen on my headphones right here? That's being caused by this light. This light is giving a bit of a kick so that it separates me a little more from the blacks. Because if this was just black, I would be disappearing every time I lean a little more this way. And then if you see right here, there's a light right here. That's a hair light. And so things like this is what separates you from the background and not looking super flat. Lighting. That's what I've been on about for the past few days. They did something different here, which actually kind of works as well. It's still not pleasant to look at. Obviously, lighting would be better, but this does actually solve the depth issue. They have the cards moving. They have the cards moving, and they have the camera moving. Like right here, like the camera's moving very slightly right here. Here, let's actually watch Hanu's whole scene all over again. Yeah, the camera tilting up like that. The constant, I actually talked about this in BI's Peter video. The motion of the camera also helps cover up any production issues. Oh my God. Honu looks, wow. Wow, Connie looks good in this music video. I think I might have accidentally said Konu. I meant Connie. Also, I love the overall top line of the chorus. It's friggin' fantastic. It's so full. And then the instrumental dance break. Man, what is that move that Raven does? Oh my God. Whoa, that was a really interesting shot. They had a high angle quarter shot right here. It's like above them, but then it's like a little tilted, huh? And then it goes back down. Oh, I think they did that to kind of showcase the unhingedness of it. Because it's not just that like they're saying, hey, bring it on, but they're also kind of like, hey, were wild, were kind of crazy. They're like leaning into that with the whole like cards moving around with like, and you know, Ido with his green hair, kind of giving like a Joker-esque concept. I actually really liked Soho's like auto-tuned rap portion. I really liked it. Ooh. Oh my god. Damn, Raven. Ooh. That shot on Soul was really cool. Ooh. They've got some really interesting crane movements. Such an interesting music video. Ooh. Ido's like crazy tongue acting. I gotta say, real quick, this part with Chillin' right here, this looks so pretty. This looks so pretty. Every time Raven does this thing, it is so dope. I love how they incorporated like the martial arts move of paying respect to your opponent into the choreography. That's really cool. One last note, the train scenes on the bridge. So if you want an example of, so one thing I think ONEUS did really well here is they gave very passable green screen work. If you're gonna do green screen work and you cannot afford to make it look realistic, I think this is the way to go. This is as close as you can get. I think them and On and Off, I think, do it somewhat well. Like passable CGI, like it doesn't visually bother you like too much. You know, it doesn't drive you up the wall. The way you determine that is kind of simple. Is if you pause it, like at least what is passable passable green screen. So when you're pressing play, it looks fine. It looks fine. When you're pressing play, it looks fine. But then when you press pause, and if it looks like they're a cutout, then it's like, but when you press play, it looks fine. That's like passable CGI. But then when they look like cutouts while you're playing, so when they look like super flat, so this shot, like I think a great showcase is like this shot of Raven right here. Just the still image, it looks like a very flat 2D image. But if you play it, it looks a lot better. It looks a lot better when you play it. And so that I would say is like really good passable green screen work when you can't afford to light like fully all around. I think ONEUS did the best out of the past few videos I've seen. I mean, I really liked BI's green screen work. My problems there were actually less green screen work there. I think actually like green screen wise, that's like the best. That's like high quality visually. But in terms of like hey, we got to keep our green screen stuff on a budget, but how do we also like make it look nice? This is the way to go. I'm going to give the song like a 8 out of 10 thus far. Right now, I love it, but I'm not crazy in love with it. Mind you, my expectations are a little high because Luna. But also, I'm not going to hold them too high of a regard. You know, I've only heard the song twice now, so I'm going to have to listen to it more and more, but I really, really like it a lot. It's definitely up there. It does also have like, I don't know, a much more cleaned up professional sound to it. Maybe it's just the years they've put in, but I like it more than No Diggity or Busha. Like, I'm just naming other songs that are like in the similar realm as Bring It On, like that loud, like kind of obnoxious sound. Bring It On's my favorite one thus far. The music video, I kind of had to give it really high praise. I would give it like a 9 out of 10. Like, it's almost a near perfect music video. What would make it a perfect video? I'm not a fan of the color grading during their green screen scenes specifically. I don't know why their green screen scenes are color graded like this. It's very desaturated and pale. Even here, like if you look at Ido running like head on, it's also still kind of pale. I don't know why he's like, I don't know why they're color graded like that. Only those scenes, like, especially when there's like not consistent color grading throughout a video, that kind of bothers me. But overall, it's a fantastic video, which is why I have to give it a 9 out of 10. Well, guys, that is ONEUS' latest comeback. I want to know what you guys thought about Tombyo, aka Bring It On, in the comments down below. And once again, thank you very much to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. But if you guys want to support us directly, you can actually visit our Patreon. Over on our Patreon, we do bonus reactions for listening parties, variety content, stuff like that. K-dramas, anime. So if you want to check that out, come visit our Patreon. Of course, you don't have to support us monetarily if you don't want to. Just simply hit the like button down below or leave a comment and make sure to subscribe. We're going to have the button for you right here. You can check out our other videos over here and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.